Hoo. Husband wants to divorce me. I am a person who cannot live without a husband. Hoo. Husband, don't go. I was wrong. Please punish me, my lord. Have you fallen in love with someone else? I am willing to retire and become a concubine. At this moment, holding the divorce papers in my hand, I was stunned. No one told me that my wife was a kettle. The video of Lou Ruyen, CEO of Lou Group, and a young man entering a hotel was posted by many marketing accounts. After 3 years of marriage, the general trading company finally couldn't stand the loneliness anymore. The female CEO and the young man. This couple, the editor would like to wait and see first. Skimming through the increasingly ugly headlines online, I angrily turn off my phone. I'm still here. This Lou Ruyen has already found another partner. What a rotten woman. Last night, she didn't come home all night, tricking me into working overtime. But it turned out she was looking for a young man. The younger brother, who was studying abroad in Germany, also called to ask. Don't panic, my friend. Wait until I finish studying here. I will come back to teach Lou Ruyen for you. When that time comes, we will go to the female ghost palace. Call you, fuck me, let you enjoy it to your heart's content. I helplessly replied, by the time you graduate, I will probably be moldy. On the other end of the line, the younger brother continued to vent his anger, mostly about personal matters. Damn, I am so angry. I had just finished my thesis with great difficulty and was about to hang it on the wall when I saw the news that his wife was having an affair with a young man. Women who don't know self-respect never rot. I decided to divorce her. She has been cold to me for the past few years. She must still remember the past. 3 years of pursuing her. It really isn't sweet. Well, let's just smash this melon. After hanging up, I started looking for a lawyer to draft a divorce petition. Feelings can't be forced, so I will use money to keep her. I sent a message to Lou Ruyen. Wait for me to come home tonight. At dusk, Lou Ruyen came home, smelling strongly of alcohol. Normally, I always saw her working hard. At this time, I would have rushed up to ask her questions, but now I was no longer in the mood, just sitting quietly on the sofa. Lou Ruyen, let's get a divorce. I threw the divorce papers hard at her face. The force was so strong that it almost hit the table. Lou Ruyen didn't say anything, just stared at the divorce papers. I was impatient. Don't just look at the cover. Flip it over to see the content and sign. Aren't the words divorce papers beautiful? Seeing Lou Ruyen's face getting darker and darker, I was about to say a few polite words when the sound of kettles suddenly rang in my head. I looked around the house. Where was the kettle? I couldn't find it. I looked towards Lou Ruyen, who was standing in front of me. The kettle was no longer boiling and started. It spoke. Hoo. My husband wants to divorce me. I am a woman without a husband. I will die. Husband, don't go. I was wrong. Please punish me. Have you fallen in love with someone else? I am willing to go back to being a concubine. I shook my head, finding it hard to associate such childish words with the cold woman in front of me. I couldn't blame myself. I had that impression since the blind date. She always kept a cold expression. Even though I always thought she was dead, I tried asking again, "You don't want to divorce me?" She shifted her gaze from the application to me. Our two families are currently doing business very closely. If we divorce now, it will negatively affect both companies. I was a little disappointed and lowered my head. Just as I thought, she didn't divorce me for this reason. I was thinking too much. At this moment, the kettle rang again. Hoo, I am really smart. Using business to stop my husband. I will have my own way in the future. Hoo, my husband really doesn't love me anymore. He avoids my gaze. Hoo, I raised my head. My eyes accidentally met hers. Her voice rang out again. Hoo, He finally looks at me. No, there is no love in his eyes. I'm about to disappear into thin air. I need my husband's kiss to be whole again. To be honest, Lu Ruyan is truly stunningly beautiful. That year, I was infatuated with her precisely because of her face. It's a pity that she has beauty, but doesn't know how to preserve it. After getting married, she was cold to me, except when we were in bed. I shook my head vigorously. We were about to get divorced anyway. It would be a waste not to kiss her. I stood up from the sofa, causing Lu Ruyan to take 2 steps back in surprise. Who? Husband, seeing that I don't agree to divorce, you want to hit me? Husband, use that warm hand to slap me hard in the face. Just thinking about it makes me feel good. What's good? She even masturbates. No orgasm allowed. Only now did I know for sure that the wife who has shared a bed with me for 5 years is a kettle. Sincere, but why didn't I hear Lu Ruyan's heart before? Never mind. Let's just ignore her and look at Lu Ruyan's bad appearance first. She doesn't seem like a promiscuous woman. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. Let's just observe her more. I clear my throat seriously. Okay. After thinking carefully, I decided not to divorce her. Yes, I'll listen to you. Husband still loves you. Husband loves you too much. Tonight you must try your best to keep your husband's body and heart. Do your best. Lu Ruyan, this time you must take back what belongs to you. Definitely won't let others take advantage of the situation. What other people? What nonsense is Lu Ruyan talking about? By the time I understood, I was stunned by the scene before my eyes. I only saw Lu Ruyan start to unbutton her shirt. Her 2 hands slowly took off her loose coat. Lu Ruyan, you touch her hand. It's so soft. Do you like it? Lu Ruyan's charming voice was beside my ear. Yes, I quickly nodded, expressing my admiration for her figure. The little one has been conquered. The bedroom was a mess. Tomorrow morning, Lu Ruyan had to clean up again. While I was lying in bed in a daze, I seemed to hear Lu Ruyan sneak out to sleep and then run away. My assessment was that in the afternoon, I woke up on the 1M8 bed. The surroundings were empty. Lu Ruyan was really good. Her physical strength was really good. I opened my phone and saw more than 10 missed calls from my younger brother. I quickly called back. The phone was picked up immediately. Ko-chang, you're so good. You dare not answer your own brother's phone? I immediately admitted my mistake. Good boy, I'm really sorry. Did you oversleep yesterday? Have you seen the news? Lu Group has already denied the rumor this morning. Wai Tengqing deliberately created a chance meeting. It was clearly the 2 of them going first and then last, but it was edited to appear as if they went in and out together. I think this video was probably provided by him to those marketing accounts. I can roughly guess what's going on. Hearing my weak voice, he tried to say wordlessly, I'm speechless with you. Did you fight another 00M round last night? TSK. Did you sleep until the afternoon? Go to class tonight. There's no one you want to see. What do you mean by someone you want to meet? After graduating from college, I've basically lost contact with my old classmates. Where can I find someone I want to meet? And it seems like there's someone I want to meet. Why doesn't she go to class? How boring. Let's find a place to hang out. Okay. Ignore those boring classmates. Let's have fun. It must be said that Gu Wuyen found this bar quite well. The first floor was the 3 lights area. The music was moderate. The class reunion was held in a private room upstairs. Gu Wuyen and I hid in a corner of the first floor, also finding our own fun. The old car was whizzing by. I was a bit dizzy. Gu Wuyen next to me didn't know what was wrong. He suddenly patted me hard on the back. He had just drunk some wine and almost spit it out. Ko-chang, look, isn't it your wife? Nonsense, where's my wife? Oh, your wife. That's your wife. While we were arguing, That person slowly approached. Cat Quan, you provoked him, Gu Wuyen said as he stood up and ran away. Good brothers, in times of trouble, see true love being made a big fuss. Even though I was a little drunk, I was completely sober. It was indeed my wife. The surrounding lights were quite dim, and it was not until Lu Ruyan came closer that I could clearly see her expression. The person who was always calm and confident seemed to have lost her composure at this moment. Her face was cold. Her lips were pressed tightly into a straight line. Her chest was heaving with anger, but her face was pale. Her eyes were sparkling. Her voice was soft and tired. What are you doing here? Are you wrong? Long Yi Dan Ba was really unpredictable. If only that kettle of boiling water was here, it would be great. Whatever she said, she could say it. The next second, the kettle was boiling again. Boo-hoo. My husband secretly met his ex without telling me. Boo-hoo. Working hard all day. Coming home and not seeing my husband. I'm so sad. I want to find a piece of iron and smash my head to death. Boo-hoo. I have to make my husband regret it. Only when you lose something do you know how to cherish it. Boo-hoo. What if my husband really doesn't need me anymore? Forget it. I'll find a piece of tofu to beat him up and scare him. Hoo-hoo. Why does my husband keep looking at me without saying anything? Does he hate me? No. I sighed helplessly. My husband is listening to me attentively. Hoo-hoo. He just sighed. Is he completely disappointed in me, about to divorce me? No. That's not right. That's not right. Last night, I secretly threw the divorce papers into the shredder. I'm so smart. With this little girl. Did you do this last night? I sighed again. This time, before she could react, I took a step forward and covered her mouth tightly. Wrong. It seems like covering your mouth can't work. You have to cover your brain. As expected, the kettle stopped making noises. I could only hear her heart pounding. My hand touched her lips. Ah. The kettle was screaming and shouting. I pulled my hand back, and my ear was cut off. The world was finally quiet. The situation seemed a bit off. The young hen had turned into a kettle again. My husband doesn't even want to hear my voice. Does he hate me that much? It's better to let me and my ex-lover live together. I quickly let go of her hand, not waiting for her to think too much, and quickly said, You believe me. I promise you, I'm here today just to drink and chat with my brothers. You believe me. I broke up with my ex-lover 800 years ago. I consider her dead. Although I once intended to divorce you, I swear, I really don't want to divorce you now. I don't hate you. I didn't betray you. I don't doubt you. I like you. After talking to him for so long, I was exhausted. I stuttered when I reached the last sentence. I was just a speech machine without emotions. Seeing Lu Ruyan's face change from gloomy to bright, then to stormy. What did I just say? Don't like you? I think I'm done for. Lu Ruyan silently turned around and walked out the door. I hurriedly chased after her. Luckily, I was wearing 10 centimeters high heels today. An idea came to me. I groaned and squatted down, right in front. It really stopped. I seized opportunity and shouted, Wife, my legs hurt so much. I'm about to die. Why am I suffering like this? It's so hard to find a good wife. Lu Ruyan walked to my side, squatted down, and carefully examined my wound. Could I still walk? No. I want my wife. Kiss my wife. The next second, I was hugged tightly by Lu Ruyan. Ha ha ha. So, good. When we got home, Lu Ruyan helped me sit down on the sofa and found a pillow to prop my legs up. The force was a bit strong. My legs were a bit swollen. After taking care of me, Lu Ruyan stood up to look for the family medicine box. After finding it, She knelt down on the ground and carefully applied the medicine to me. It hurts a little. Please bear with it. Lu Ruyan's tone wasn't very good. She was probably still angry, but her movements were very gentle. Wasn't this the type of cold face, warm underwear? Just this once. I didn't dare to talk nonsense anymore, obediently sitting still. Lu Ruyan, what did you call me? Wife. As soon as she said that, she glanced at me. Hurry up. My dear wife. Seeing her expression soften, I took advantage of the situation and rushed forward. Today I went out with Gu Wen. There was no such thing as an ex-lover. What? How did you know I was there? My ex-lover texted me, saying that as soon as I got back to the country, I rushed to see her. Wife, how could I secretly go see my ex-lover? Today was really unexpected. I will go and visit Su Qingshua's 18th generation ancestors later. Yes, I understand. But Su Qingxue is cunning and sinister. You should have less contact with her. Oh, husband, don't have contact with that damn green tea girl Su Qingxue. Stay away from my husband. I am the first wife. I will not bother with those kinds of promiscuous women outside. You are my husband's home, forever. This little girl is really enlightened. She is truly someone who can teach me. Satisfied, I stroked Lu Ruyan's head. It was soft and fragrant. It felt so good to touch. Don't be afraid. Wife, let me stroke her fur for my husband to touch. You like it so much. Let me touch her ears. That's right there. Oh my God, what kind of adorable kitten is this? The joy of petting a cat is truly wonderful. After this incident, I deeply understood Lu Ruyan's boiling water attribute. Whenever she is not satisfied, she will cry. In order to appease her feelings, as well as guard against my ex-lover's plot, I stayed home for several days, not stepping out of the door. Today the sky was clear and sunny, just the right day to go out to spend money and find food. I looked in the mirror left and right, and today I almost looked deadly handsome. I put on my golden penguin shoes and went out. Damn it. Before I could even roam around the shopping mall, these damn shoes scratched my feet. I lowered my head, trying to communicate with it politely. Do you want to be a divine weapon in a swordplay movie? I don't want to play the role of a tied-down master. Do your job as a pair of shoes. Okay, according to the drama pattern, my chosen female lead will appear. At this time, she will walk against the light, towards me, with an unquenchable sorrow in her eyes. Her words are gentle and caring. While I was absorbed in my imagination, a sound of footsteps came from far and near. Click, click, click. Each sound knocked on my heart. I raised my head, looking eagerly toward that person. The good news is that there is someone. The bad news is that my ex-lover. I will never believe in horoscopes again. My heart was broken. My ex-lover held my hand affectionately. The show was changing direction, still immersed in the drama. I quickly turned my head to look around, when the male lead's ex-lover suddenly appeared. Then the current co-lover was not far away. She had arrived. Lu Ruyan walked against the light towards me, with an unquenchable gloom in her eyes. Her words were cold and angry. The two of them had just met and rushed into a fight. Just as I was about to intervene, Lu Ruyan punched her ex-lover and sent him rolling on the ground. Then she hurriedly pulled me away from the scene and ran home. After that, Lu Ruyan ignored me and locked herself in her office. No matter what I said, she refused to come out. She acted as if she wanted to starve to death in there. I held the food and stood in front of the door, begging, Wife, please come out. It's all Su Qingshue's fault. Wife, come out so I can see the wound on your face. It hurts me so much. Wife, you were amazing today. Your fighting stance was so beautiful. I clapped my hand to cheer for you. Did you hear that? If you like to eat, then eat. If you don't, then don't. I won't serve you anymore. After saying that, I put down my things and went back to the bedroom, lying on the bed, recalling the past. Lu Ruyan and I got married because of family arrangements. I admit, I like her face. I came from an ordinary family, and the hardest part from childhood to adulthood was when I fell in love with Su Qingxue. Her family wasn't very well off, and she was a bit self-conscious. After being with me, she became even more sensitive. The first time I fell in love, I didn't understand the principle of social status. I thought that true love could conquer everything. Therefore, I often argued with Su Qingxue's family. I studied hard during college and had the opportunity to study abroad. She held my hand and told me to wait for her. She said she would give me a good material life in the future. During the first winter break, after she went to study abroad, I secretly bought a plane ticket to visit her. I wanted to surprise her. I dragged my suitcase, stood tightly in front of her house, and rang the bell. The person who opened the door was a man dressed in rags. Su Qingxue, just like that, became my ex-lover. After graduating, I listened to my family's arrangement and got into a commercial marriage. That day, at the coffee shop, I met Lu Ruyan. Her face was cold and elegant, but she had peach blossom eyes, carrying the cold and arrogant look of a rich young lady. I admit, I was initially attracted by her appearance. A woman with a suitable family background, excellent appearance. It was hard for me not to be moved. Her appearance moved me, but what really captivated me was her sincerity towards this marriage. Day by day, she would report everything to me. Every day, she would meticulously prepare gifts for me on holidays. She would tolerate my small emotions. I no longer had to worry about gain and loss, no longer needed to take care of my inferiority complex, the other party's sensitivity. She was so good that I had to admit that she was a wonderful woman. I was a little sleepy. I would coax her, well, tomorrow. I fell asleep. Lu Ruyan ran away from home, leaving behind a letter. Kwong Kwong, when you see this letter, I'm already gone to a very far place. You can't find me. Promise me not to wear penguin shoes anymore. Those shoes scratch my feet. It hurts so much. I've always tried to fulfill my role as a wife, hoping to have a place in your heart. Sorry, I can't write poems anymore. Hoo-hoo, the sky is falling. My husband really doesn't love me. Now I'm a darkened version of Lu Ruyan, suffering. My heart hurts so much. Husband, please touch my heart. Husband, I'm gone. You will definitely come find me, right? Yesterday I stayed up late, reading a reincarnation story about chasing a wife. Thinking back and forth, my husband now definitely hasn't woken up. Wait until I leave. You will understand. You are already deeply in love with me. Start your journey of chasing a wife, husband. Just let me enjoy it. I'm very easy to coax. You just need to wave your hand, and I will come home with you. Then start a happy life. Shameless. The address has been sent to your phone. Just follow the instructions and don't go to the wrong place. Remember to tell the driver to take you there. I'm afraid you're impatient and driving is unsafe. If today was a good day to escape, I definitely wouldn't have chosen today. When you get home, I've prepared delicious food. Remember to dress warmly. I've chosen a mountain resort. You're here. We can just enjoy the scenery here. No more talking. I don't want to go anymore. If you're too sleepy, wait. Come find me when you wake up. Hoo-hoo, don't want to leave you. Can you come find me earlier? I'll bark woof woof, meow cat cat, be both a cat and a dog. Super awesome. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Husband, start chasing your wife. I finished reading the letter with a very complicated feeling. How should I say it? 3 parts touching, 3 parts funny, 4 parts eager. My wife now knows how to play psychological games. But after reading this letter, I was so annoyed. I opened my phone to see the location Lu Nuyen sent, turned on the GPS, It was 32 kilometers away from the destination. To be honest, it was quite a long drive. I hurriedly arrived, saw Lu Nguyen playing the role of a sad princess, drinking alone. I quietly approached, hugging her from behind. Hoo-hoo, my husband came to find you. There are no more regrets in this life. Are you tired of sitting in the car for so long? Do you want to lie down and rest for a while? I booked a super room. I heard the view of the moon is very beautiful. Didn't you want to go home with me? Why did you go to see the moon? But I read in novels that chasing your wife's cremation is not that fast. It all takes a while. Moreover, you haven't coaxed me yet. Lu Ruyen blushed. My dear wife, my dear Lu Ruyen, I unintentionally angered you and caused you to run away all the way here. Now that I know my mistake, I won't make you sad again. Please forgive me generously. You stingy thing, so hard to coax. I sighed inwardly. Lu Ruyen pouted and refused to let go. You haven't coaxed me enough. How can a husband coax me? I'm really looking forward to it. Now that I'm your wife, you don't dare to touch me. Once you find me wandering around outside, you will... Lu Ruyen listened, her expression complicated. This little girl, I still have you. Do you still want me to coax you? You have a lot of tricks. I pinched Lu Ruyen's cheeks, both threatening and joking, saying, you look so charming, husband. Say more, I like to hear it. Making this little girl moan with pleasure again. After a long time, I had a question. Lu Ruyen, when did you start liking me? While playing with her fingers, a gentle breeze blew through the park. We sat on this bench together, enjoying the peaceful moment of life. From the first sight when I met you, I heard that you were a freak, dressed strangely, and immediately laughed. That day you wore green tights, paired with gold penguin shoes, a wee red. You really have strange taste. Only you can judge my husband's taste. You and your husband are the most beautiful couple. It's been a long time since I've heard Lu Ruyen's heart. The wife of the kettle is really cute, but I don't regret it, because now she says whatever she wants. If she's upset, she'll cry directly for me to see. Lu Ruyen's perspective was so tired from work today. Luckily, my beloved husband is waiting at home. The atmosphere in the house was a bit strange. Could it be because I entered the house with my left foot first? Not sure. I'll switch to my right foot when I go out. So, husband, it seems like you're angry. Do you want to divorce me? I quickly recalled what I had done recently. Except for secretly playing dirty with my husband's ex-lover's newly established company, I hadn't done anything bad. Just kidding. If my ex-lover stands firmly in the country, there's no place for me anymore. Ex-lover, bye-bye, go abroad. Hoo-hoo, my husband doesn't need me anymore. Does he want his ex-lover to take over? As long as my husband is happy, why fight over status? The husband's attitude seemed to have softened. Finally, it was his turn to appear. Taking advantage of my husband's sleep, I secretly threw the divorce papers into the shredder. Don't ruin the divorce. The green tea ex-lover texted me that my husband was having dinner with her and wanted to destroy my relationship with my husband. Luckily, I was smart and quick-witted and saw through her scheme. My husband's birthday is coming soon. I stopped working, secretly went to the mall to buy a gift for my husband. Oh my God, it's over again. Why is my husband entangled with his ex-lover again? I'm angry. I'm really angry. I'm not angry anymore. My husband's feet are really hurting from the shoe rubbing against them. I can't be coaxed so easily. I have to be a little cold to him so that he can see my importance. The bed in the study is also comfortable, but without a handsome husband beside me, I can't sleep well. Read novels to find inspiration to build his crematorium. What a good idea. I also learned from it. Let my husband run after me to coax me. Running away is too troublesome. Write him a letter to tell him a few things to pay attention to. That's too much. Let's not run away anymore. Take advantage of the time when my husband is sleeping. Obediently go back to the bedroom. Hug my husband to sleep. Isn't that better? No. As a wife, I can't be without status. Where should I run away to now? Let's go to a nearby resort. Wait for my husband to come find us. We will rest there, my husband and I's perfect private world.